Let's see. Okay, we are live. All right, let me double check to make sure we are live on my page, and then we can go ahead and get started. If you see us, let me know. Oh yes, we are live. All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. As you all may know or may not know, if you're new to following me or joining me, I'm Chandra Brooks, founder of the Powerhouse Academy and the Powerhouse Women. And oh, hi, Maritza. Maritza's joining us. Did you know you're coming on? That's your accountability partner, right? Did she
Yep,
know?
that is.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Hi, Maritza. But we are live today. I'm here with one of my clients, and I think she's amazing. Her name is Jeana Nunez, and she is into consumer network marketing. And she joined the Powerhouse Academy. Hi, Dolores, another Powerhouse sister. Like, they're just so supportive. They just
I
come
know.
on
I
here.
love my sisters. They're amazing.
Thanks, ladies, for being on here and watching us. But I wanted to bring Jeana on because I remember talking to you the first time when I first met you through Jacqueline, and you were kind of like, oh, I don't know, I got some other mentorship, free mentorship that I get. I'm gonna check that out first, and I want to develop my leadership in my business, and I wanted my confidence and all that because you've had some stuff go on in your life and situations that maybe have affected your confidence in your business.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we know the foundation of a successful business is having that confidence, right? Having that confidence in your business to know that you can do it, right? And it takes doing the work to do that. Good morning, Tara. But first, before we jump into that, and that's what we're going to talk about today, everybody, how Jeana went from, maybe doubting herself and not feeling like a leader and not feeling super confident in her business. Now she's kicking ass. Okay. She's like kicking and, knocking it out the park. And she's even converted me into a customer. She's a master at what she does. And I love the confidence. And that's what Powerhouse is all about, is really building that confidence. So Jeana, just introduce yourself. Tell us what you do and about being a mommy, how many kids you have, everything. Okay.
So my name is Jeana Nunez, and I was born and raised in Utah, and then left and was out of the state for 18 years, and just finally got to move back home. So I'm finally close to family again. I love being back close by family. I am the second oldest of 6 kids, and so family is really big for me. Speaking of kids, I have 4 of my own. They are 17, 15, 12, and 10. I have one girl that's 12, and the rest are boys. So it's a very busy, crazy house here. And I am just passionate about helping people. I always have my whole life. I've always loved the idea of just being able to help however I can and be like an inspiration and help lift people. And I also have a passion of health and wellness. That's where I started my business called Pure Aspirations, where I really just aspire to be able to help people be able to like get the toxins out of their home. Like the pure part with my business is just the purity of, there's so many toxins out there that we don't even understand that we're putting on our body. And wellness is all encompassing. It's not just what you put in your body, but it's what you have on your body, around your body, what you breathe in, the air around it. And so I just educate families on the dangers of the toxins and helping them find a solution to being able to find a healthy, affordable way to shop online.
Yes, and you definitely converted me. So we're gonna talk about that later. As her coach, she converted me to buy into this.
I found a need and I fulfilled it, right?
Exactly, right? Right now, we all want to make sure that we are not putting toxins in our body. We want to be as healthy as possible, especially as we're getting older. That has really been important to me. So you were just so professional, and I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. But anyway, let's get back to what we came here to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are amazing. I think you're great. You came on board, right? Just kind of talk about that, like how were you feeling in the beginning, and that doubt that set in the beginning, and you were
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
wishy-washy, and you had people trying to convince you not to do it, but then you decided to do it. Can we talk about that?
So I started my business 10 years ago and built it really strong, really fast. And then life happened and I had to completely put it on hold. Just cold turkey was like, this is not, I need to put 100% of my focus on my family and just put it to the side. And I knew deep down that I was supposed to be a leader, and I'm meant to be on a stage inspiring women. But it just wasn't the right timing. So when God told me it was the right timing, it really still wasn't the right timing in my life. But He's the big boss, and He gets to tell me what to do.
Right.
I'm very faithful in that aspect, that God gets to direct my life, and I just have to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And so when that time came, I had just, I still had a business, but, obviously I didn't have the big checks and stuff that I'd had in the beginning, but I still had a paycheck every single month for 10 years. That's true repeat income, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so, I wanted to build my business to a certain level and really be able to make a difference in people's lives. And I had looked into personal coaching and stuff like that before. And I reached out, or like Jackie reached out to me, and I talked with my husband, and the number was big. I think that was like the shock. I knew that coaching was expensive, and it should be, because
Mm-hmm.
it's these women, especially Chandra, has so much they can offer. But at the time, it was just, my business wasn't strong enough that it could come supported from me. And I was like, okay, I have the belief in the company and the products and all these things. I just lacked the belief in myself as a leader because of different health issues that I'd had that made it really hard to be consistent and be available. And so my husband and I talked about it, and he's like, yeah, you've got all this free training. Why don't you just do the free training? This is for when they've already kind of like going to the next level. They've done everything they can and they're going to the next level. And I'm like, I kind of have done that before, and I didn't get where I needed to go. So I talked with Jack a little bit more, and she was just great. She was really persistent, but not in a negative way. Like, she invited me to the Powerhouse brunch. I was on my way to, in fact, I already had a trip planned to Mexico. And so I was in Cancun, Mexico. They all went and did their thing because I was with my best friend and her husband. And I stayed in the hotel room, or the hotel room, and just said, "Okay, I've got a meeting I've got to be at," and listened to the Powerhouse brunch. And I met these women, some of the ones that became a part of our Powerhouse. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, Jackie, I have got to meet these women. Like, connect me with them. I am so impressed with them. I need to get to know Chandra better." And from that, she came back out and offered me something that was more feasible with what worked, and as far as breaking it down to payments that I could bring out of my own personal income, because I just didn't want it to come out of my family. I knew that I could do it, but I just didn't want it to come from my family.
Yeah.
And so that really pushed me, though. That was what I needed. I needed that accountability, because there was a few days there where, like, life was happening and so much was crazy, and I was like, okay, this is too much. I shouldn't be doing this right now. I should be focusing on this.
Right.
And it was that drive that said, no, you've put money, you invested in yourself in a reason, and you are meant to be this leader. And so many people had saw me as that leader, but I just couldn't see it myself. I had some of my mentors and business partners like, you're going to be up on that stage sharing your story, and you're going to be so highly successful. But I couldn't see it myself because just of the different health reasons I had, I just really lacked confidence in myself as a leader. And that's what Powerhouse gave me, was that accountability, the sisterhood, which is amazing. Like, right now we have our sisters on there, and they're like my adopted sisterhood for sure. Like, we're going to be lifelong friends, and it will be so fun to watch them as they continue to build their businesses and succeed in life. It just makes me so excited to watch.
So a lot of people think that I don't help, consumer marketing and network marketing, individual entrepreneurs, but business is business to me, right? And it's really about the confidence and building your leadership and confidence. And once you just told me it wasn't about, like, you knew the products, you were confident in the products. It was really building your leadership and confidence to get out there and build a team, get customers, do everything that you needed to do just to take major action. Right. And if you are not familiar with the Powerhouse, we're all about action. That should be in our vision and in our mission, is because we make you take action in the Powerhouse Academy. It's really not about just listening information and taking in information. It's all about action, because action fuels confidence, and confidence fuels results. Right. And wash, rinse, repeat over and over again, as I always say. But tell us a little about what held you back? What happened personally in your life that made you have to take a step back from business? And it's something that you're still dealing with. And the reason why I want to bring this up, because a lot of us complain and we talk about our health situations, or we say, oh, I can't do it right now, I need to wait until this, I can't focus on my business because I'm dealing with this health concern, or my kid is graduating high school or going to college, or every excuse in the book that we have. And what I always tell my clients is life is always going to happen. It's never going to be the right time to focus on yourself, to build your business. There's never going to be like this ideal rainbow butterflies time where it's time to take action. You have to do it because life is always going to happen. Something is always going to go on in your life. So talk to us about what has happened in your life, and what are you dealing with health wise that affects you every day, but you still keep pushing through?
So, what made me stop in my tracks was my 14-year-old. Well, actually, he's 15 now, but my sixth grader. We had a suicide attempt, and it came out of left field. And this was my happy-go-lucky, smiley, friendly to everyone child, and I didn't see it. And so it literally, I mean, I had so many things lined up that day. I had several different meetings, and I got a call from the counselor's office. I talked to him the night before, and he said he'd thought about it, but I didn't know it actually attempted to run out in front of a car, and it threw my world upside down.
Wow.
And I knew then that just was my focus. That was what I needed to do. I had to completely put everything to the side. I have a 17-year-old with severe anxiety and depression, and I was always worried about him. He was the one I was more concerned with because he's very quiet and keeps to himself. And this was just out of left field. And so it was crazy. It really was. We had to call the crisis line a few times. I mean, it was a roller coaster ride for sure. And then he ended up being in a program for an eating disorder and just a lot of things that this kid has had to deal with. And it was during that time when we had just moved states. In fact, I was still back. My son was in an eating disorder program in Portland. We'd sold our house in Vancouver, Washington, which was about 15 minutes away. We had gotten a house in Utah, and my husband and two younger kids were living in Utah, and I was living at the Ronald McDonald House with my two older ones while he was finishing up this program. And God said, "This is what you need to do." And I thought, really? I don't even have a computer. So I bought a laptop, or not a laptop. I bought a iPad online and kind of got to work and started. But then things kind of happened and didn't work out. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm just not listening, and it wasn't the right time. But then the right time really did come when the powerhouse came around. It was right when I'd really finally decided. And but I have a disease called hypokalemic periodic paralysis that I've dealt with for 18 years. And at times I'm not walking, talking. I'm kind of like a rag doll. I have a wheelchair in my house. Most people wouldn't know it because right? I can run a half marathon, but not be walking 3 days before. It's the weirdest, craziest disease out there. Wow. And so we didn't know what it was for a really long time. And I went through misdiagnosis after misdiagnosis, and really just, medication after medication. They thought I had seizures, and I said, no, it's not seizures. It's weakness. Because anyway, so long story short, I was diagnosed 12 years ago when I was pregnant with my daughter, and the doctor didn't know how to handle. Like, he gave me my driving privileges back because I lost my driving privileges because they thought I was having seizures, and that was where the weakness and stuff was coming from. But he didn't know how to treat it, and so I just thought it was another misdiagnosis. And then just through some divine intervention a few years ago, I was able to be led to somebody that has my disease, and that led me to the right doctors, the right medicine. And so now we're able to at least control it. But at that time, I would just wake up and not be able to walk. And so I felt, how am I supposed to lead somebody? If I have an appointment set up and I can't do anything, how am I supposed to lead this person? And so that was kind of that confidence that I lacked in myself as a leader. And the disease is forever. It's not going away. If anything, it will get worse. But my confidence in myself as a leader, that I can be a leader even if I can't walk.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I can't talk. Yeah, there's times where I can't talk with this disease, and I am literally like a rag doll. But because I'm managing it with good health regimen, with exercise, vitamins, taking care of myself, and watching my stress levels, I'm able to manage it a lot better, that I can like counteract it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I did even during the powerhouse. Even one time, there was a time I had set up a strategy session with a new business partner, and I woke up not walking, and I was like, okay, well, I guess we're canceling. No, we're not. Why can't she see the real me? And so she showed up to my house to do the strategy session. I was in a wheelchair that day.
And you know what? I wanted to bring that up, but you brought it up before I did, because I think before Powerhouse, you would have probably canceled, right? Because you didn't want,
Absolutely.
you didn't want
I didn't want people to see me
yeah,
that way. I only wanted them to see me strong.
exactly. But in Powerhouse and just in general, we teach you just to be you. Like, this is life. Even when we are meeting, I'm like, let the kids come in, the dog's barking. I mean, we are all moms. Most of us are moms, have life situations, families, things going on. It's like, you're not going to be perfect, and things are going to be perfect all the time. And this is why I just admire you, and I wanted to interview you, because I mean, I didn't even know about your son, like that was new to me. I didn't know that. But that, on top of your disease that you have and that you have to deal with every day, right? And you really never know when it's going to pop up on you, and you still keep pushing through. Like, that is resiliency, and that's strength and confidence to keep going. I'm sure that the confidence comes from God, from your kids, right? Your motivation, but to be able to keep pushing through during the time when you want to feel like you want to give up sometimes, you kind of feel like, wow, who wants to listen to me? I'm like, I can barely walk right now. I have to be in a wheelchair, and like, I should just be focusing on my health and focusing on my kids. But that, you're still going to have that regardless if you're doing your business or not, right? So you might as well make money and do your business and be happy, right? If you're going to have to deal with this still. So, instead of being depressed and just seeing woe is me and not doing anything about it, I mean, you keep pushing through. The thing about you too, Jeana, is that you did the work. Like, about Powerhouse Academy is action every week. Like, you did the work. You watched the videos. You took action. You followed the DMO. In Powerhouse Academy, we have this daily method of operation that we require and we push the clients to do. It's like something that makes you do the work every day and take action. Make your phone calls, do the social media posts, do everything that you're supposed to do to get you to that next level. And Jeana did it. And when I tell people you do the work, it'll work. If you follow the instructions, it'll work. Can you talk about that a little bit?
It pushed me out of my comfort zone. So there's a saying that the one step outside of your comfort zone is where the magic happens, and that is so true. I really had to be pushed out of my comfort zone. I'm naturally a people person. I naturally love people and love interacting, and I could talk your ear off all day. But like going Facebook Live and posting every single day. I used Facebook, but I didn't use it frequently. I mostly like used it to uplift when I would post something, or just follow, because communication and like connections are so important to me, like relationships. And so I would keep in touch with, everyone from elementary school to high school to college to like when I served mission for my church to when I lived in California to Oregon to Washington, and I just have really kept in touch with people that like keep creating those relationships and keeping them. So that's what I used Facebook for mostly. And so to take it a different direction and start showing people my life every single day and go public, those were all way out of my comfort zone. But I found by doing so, there's so many more people that I can help inspire and be a light to and help. And that's really what I'm about anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you're amazing. You've been doing some great work. And since joining the Powerhouse Academy to now, you don't even have to mention numbers or anything, but I just say that looking at the numbers, it's like you pretty much 10x your income, your monthly income. With your business. I mean, from the amount, like you said, you deposited when you joined Powerhouse Academy to what you just deposited the other day, is amazing. And if you continue, right, you continue to grow, like your trajectory, like it went up every month, right? Because Powerhouse Academy is about 2 to 3 months. and it well, about 3 months, and you just kept going up. And if you keep this momentum, right, you already can see the vision and see where you're going to be at.
Oh yeah, I already know where I'm going, and I can see myself there, even though I'm not there yet. And the momentum and the daily action will result in it. There's no question, and it's exciting to me. And it's not about the money; it's about how many lives get to change in the process.
Yeah.
Because what I do really truly changes lives, and that's what matters to me.
Well, let's talk about that, because I received my box of
Yay!
What do they call this box? Because it's like a whole like.
So this is a home conversion.
Okay.
It's a home conversion pack. And the reason why is because we don't realize all the toxins that are out there. I didn't 10 years ago when I was introduced. I thought that, like, I knew that the cleaning products were dangerous for my kids and stuff. And I didn't want them to get into them. And I'd be like, okay, clean this window, but don't touch your eyes or your mouth or whatever. Yeah. But I love that this just gives you a way to completely convert your whole home and get the toxins out. Because I mean, there's toxins in your toothpaste, there's toxins in your lotions, in your shampoos, in your face, in your face cleaners, in like your air cleaners, like all of it. And so this just gives you a way to be able to just get the toxins out and convert your home quickly.
Wow.
Okay, so you have your box. Yay! This is one of my favorite parts. I love actually meeting in person and going to my new customers and helping them unpack and show them and teach them. And the ones that are online, I just get to do it like via Zoom, because this is some of my favorite parts, is just educating and letting my customers really get to experience for themselves the different products. Okay, so
wow, so cool.
You should have your vitamins in there. Pull your vitamins out.
Okay, my vitamins. That's not it. This is the fiber. What is this?
Your fiber wise, yeah. So go ahead. So what I want you to do, the idea is we're going to open everything and get it prepared to use. Because if it sits in a box, it's not going to get used. So we want to make sure that we open up everything. I'll tell you how to use it, what it's for, and all that fun stuff. So grab that fiber wise right there, and I'll tell you how to use it.
Oh, okay.
So open it, like you're going to unscrew the lid and you're going to pull open the tab, because everything's sealed, of course, because it's coming from Idaho Falls. Or actually, yours might come from Tennessee, because yours comes from Idaho Falls still. Okay, the fiber wise, this is really awesome. Most people don't get enough fiber. And so this is just a way for us to be able to get the fiber into our body. Yeah. And fiber does more than just like helps us feel full. It actually removes all the toxins from our body. And so this you'll take like a half hour before dinner, just to be able to like get the toxins out of your body and help you feel full. Just put our body into
just before dinner is good. Yeah. That's it. That's enough.
Yeah. And you just mix it with water. It is fiber, and so it will thicken quickly. So you want to just drink it quickly. If you have a texture issue, like sometimes I don't like the texture of fiber, I'll just throw it in with a protein powder, like a vanilla protein powder, and drink it like a shake.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if you try it and it's too thick or like it's too gritty for you or whatever, then just let me know. And that's what I would do. Okay. So that one you want to use every single day, and you want to drink a lot of water with it, because you've got to flush. When you put extra fiber in your body, you have to make sure you flush it out with water as well, because you're flushing out all those toxins.
All day, every day.
Okay.
So why don't you just tell me like some of your favorite? I know we can't do the full boxing today. Right.
Okay, so some of my favorites are those access bars, which you've already tried. So you want to pull those out and get using them. With the different cleaners, I'm going to walk you through. Yeah, those. Okay. They're the best.
Okay.
I don't think you've tried that flavor. I think I sent you chocolate mint or chocolate coconut.
Yeah. The chocolate one.
Okay, so you're gonna see several different bottles and containers in there. So I want you to pull out the 2 spray bottles that say Tub and Tile and Pre-Spot, and find the matching bottle for it. Okay, perfect.
Tub and Tile.
And Pre-Spot. So the Tub and Tile is your bathroom cleaner. So now you get to clean your bathroom while you're in your shower. Like I clean my shower while I'm in my shower, but most times if you're cleaning your shower, you don't want to be in your shower, because most products out there are super toxic and you're breathing in those fumes. With our products, you're not going to breathe in dangerous fumes, but they work.
I don't know which one.
Okay, that's the Solumel. So now you want to find the 2 different bottles tops that are clear. Like you're going to see like white spray tops.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll notice that there's white spray tops and there's also like brown The white spray tops are your foamer sprayers. And so you're going to put those with those two that I just told you, the tub and tile
Yeah.
and the pre-spot.
Okay.
So when you look at it, you're going to see the label and it's going to say 12 times concentrate. So then you're going to look on that bottle. Pick up your bottle for a second.
Which one?
Your tub and tile. Now, if you look on the side of your bottle, you're going to see something that says 12 times, 6 times. Like you see the little lines, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is I usually take a permanent marker and mark that 12-time line, and then I mark that fill line. Because we don't ship water. We figured that you have water at your own house. Most things already, you're buying water. We don't ship water. There's no reason to pay for water. So yeah, you're just going to take that and put the cleaner to the 12 line and then fill it to the fill line with the water. Just do it really slowly when you do it so that it doesn't like bubble everywhere. And then you want the 2 white spray pumps are the ones you want for that tub and tile. And then also the pre-spot is your laundry detergent, like your laundry.
I'm excited about this box. Yeah, I'm excited about this box. So I wanted to just open up a little bit today with it.
And I'll call you and we'll walk through and I'll help you
I want to do all of it. Experience because
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
but yeah, you have so much in that box. You have some of our skincare line. You have some of our lotions, our body care. You have some of our essential oils. It literally is going to give you a sample of the store and really convert your home. So what I want you to do is take those replacement products that you have currently that you're using, and if they're non-toxic, it's one thing, but if they're toxic, get them out. The whole idea is to get the toxins out of our house and out of our body. Because even if we just put them to the side and they're still in our house, they're still putting gas into, like, when you walked into the aisle of a grocery store and you smell the cleaners, it's because there's that outgassing. So if we don't get rid of them entirely, they're still putting those chemicals into our home, which is essentially getting into our bodies.
Well, I want everybody to pay attention here, okay? Do you hear how passionate she is and how knowledgeable she is about her product? And I'm talking to you network marketers. I'm talking to consumer marketers. You're selling, if you're part of a group, a network marketing group, and you're like struggling and you're like, I don't know how to sell. I don't know what to do. And I'm struggling. I'm not making any money. They said that I was going to be rich. They said I was going to make $10,000 a month. They said all this. It takes work. Okay. And it takes hustle and it takes passion. You have to feel passionate about something. This is why I tell people don't get into network marketing or consumer marketing if you don't love the product, like deeply, like if you don't truly believe in it. Because, everybody wants to get rich quick. Everybody hears a dream and they want to do that. But you have to believe in the product if you believe and you talk like you talk about it, that's why people work with you. That's why people want to work with you. And I think that's something also we talk about in the Powerhouse Academy. Talk about it, share your knowledge. Talk about the products, talk about the services. And a lot of people, I can't. We have rules. You have rules with your company. You can't blast the name of the company all over the internet, but we found a way. We found a way for her to market, right? And still get her face out there, talk about her products and services without even having to break any of the rules, right?
Yeah, and I think it comes down to like really using the products yourself. I mean, I've been using these products for 10 years. My whole home is converted. Once I got the knowledge of the toxins out there, I wanted them out of my home and I wanted an easy way to convert my home. And that's what I was given. And so I just use these products every single day and believe in them because they work for me and they actually work and they're affordable. That's the thing I love about our company is we're Walmart pricing. I mean, we're not selling anything. We're just introducing you to an awesome online store to shop and be able to, like, so many people are hurting right now and inflation is killing everyone. Our prices haven't like doubled in prices. Like they're almost the same as they were. They maybe had like a 50% increase, or no, a 50-cent increase in 10 years. And that was just recently because of inflation, the way it's been happening. So what company does that where they keep the products the same price for 10 years, even with the economy the way it is? Wow. And finally, like I said, 50 cents is nothing compared to like the double prices I'm seeing at Walmart and
my client Sarah, Jeana is saying she loves their kitchen wipes. She's on here and she says she loves the kitchen wipes. So I guess you know what product we're talking about. I don't know if you wanted to share the name of your company that you work for. I don't know.
Who's here?
No, Tara, one of my clients, a former client. She says she loves their kitchen wipes.
Oh yeah. So which ones are you talking about? The Tough and Tender, Tara?
And Tasha loves the soap. Oh, everybody. Okay, you guys know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, they're, like I said, they're awesome products. Yeah.
Yeah.
Melaleuca.com they've been around for 37 years. They're, like I said, they are a debt-free, honest company that truly care about wellness. And their whole concept is wellness. Every aspect of it. They give you financial solutions. They're the only business that I know of that nobody gets hurt in, and there's no startup costs. So even those that are really looking for a second income or like a plan B, we have that. There's so many people praying for what we have. And we have something where you're not going to lose friends or family or anything like that, which I love. I love that it's a company that's not going anywhere. They're debt free. They're just climbing exponentially because wellness has never mattered more than it does now.
Oh, they love it. Yeah, Marissa's talking about the access bars. My sister Tasha is talking about the gold soap.
Yep.
And Tough and
Yep, the
Tender.
gold bar is awesome. Yeah, like I said, the products are amazing, and we're so far ahead of our competitors. That's what's so great is I love that 37 years ago they were focusing on the environment and wellness long before anyone else was. And so our products are patented technology. They work. They're affordable. We're talking like the cleaners are like the dollar store prices, but you're just gonna get results, and it saves your budget, like especially in an economy like this. I love that.
Well,
So I'm excited
can't wait to
that
go
you
to our-
have joined the family, and I get to help take care of you and introduce you to all the new products because there's so many more that I get to introduce you to. But yeah,
But there's different few ways people can work with you. They can become a customer like me, or they can be part of your team and they can get some residual income, right?
Yeah.
From just referring or
yeah, and it's an awesome repeat income. I mean, we have a 96% customer reorder rate, and we're not like most businesses where if you reach a goal, you start back at zero. We actually start right where we left off because the customers see the value of the products, and the customer service is amazing. The product point, like just the price point is right, and so our customers stay. They're very loyal to us.
Awesome. Well, reach out to Jeana, become a friend, connect with her. We'll tag her in on the live today. But also reach out to her, ask her about the products. If you want to join a team, obviously she's a very knowledgeable leader. So you want to be a part of a team where your leader is knowledgeable, that can train you, that can teach you, that can support you. So if you've been looking into Melaleuca and wanting to work with them, like contact Jeana. I know of a few clients, past clients that mentioned something the other day when I was on the live. So hopefully you're connecting with them or they're connecting with you. Obviously, she knows her stuff. You guys can hear that, and I really wanted you all to hear, especially people who are in the industry, because I know there are many here that are struggling to make money, and they haven't made money, and they're part of a similar company, whether it's what is the Arbonne, there's other different Monet.
Yeah, there's a lot of like multi-level marketing companies out there. Our company is not multi-level marketing because we are just introducing you to, like, we're referral marketing because we're just referring you to a store to shop at, so we don't sell anything. But the difference, I think, is really in I approach everyone with how can I help them? It is all about them. It is not about me. It's not about my status. It's not about how much money I make. It's not about helping me with a challenge or a goal. It's all about really truly wanting to help others. And those that have that mindset and that that way of thinking do really successful in our business because it's not about the next dollar for us. It's about really changing lives.
And this is what I say about business in general. You create the impact, right? And the money will follow. So we don't chase money. Nobody, like Powerhouse doesn't chase money. We're not like, just go get the money, go get the money. Money and sales is a very important part because I want you all to have, an income, and I want you to have a lot of money to invest in your community and to politics. But I also, I tell you the impact. Make the impact in your business, build a strong product and a service, and the money will follow every time. It's like that's the solid formula. So we'll definitely do that, Jeana.
Well, and it makes me excited because when the money, as the money is coming and as I reach my goals, the money is awesome. And so, I mean, I've got Dolores out there who is passionate and amazing and like literally started her own
Foundation.
organization. Like she's a powerhouse. So and through. Like with the Santa Cruz Foundation, it was like a dream,
Yeah,
and she brought it to reality. Like who does that? And so I'm so excited to be able to support causes like that really have a mission behind them and a passion behind them, and be able to just write out those checks. That's what money can bring you, is
exactly.
helping other people.
Exactly, exactly. So, what would you tell somebody who has been hesitant about working with me, who wasn't sure, who's sitting on the fence about joining Powerhouse Academy or any type of coaching with me? What would you tell them right now?
So I would say do it. Hands down, it is worth every cent, because the money is going to come back tenfold. It already has started to. And it's not even so much about the money, it's about that consistency, that consistently showing up, the teaching you your confidence, changing your mental like beliefs. You teach all of that. And then the sisterhood that's created, there's one thing to be able to have a business coach, but the way that you've done it, to have the sisterhood with it, I have a
Mhm.
sisterhood, and it's the people you're around that
Yeah,
you become. And
yeah.
these women are positive, uplifting, want to change the world, like want to help other people, and they're my kind of people. And so
Mhm.
you get your clan, so to say,
Yeah.
which is
Your
awesome.
circle,
And
your
so
new circle.
you get it all with Chandra. It's not just having a coach that cares for your success and helping you be accountable and helping you go out of your comfort zone, but investing in yourself. When you do that, it's just something happens.
Yeah,
You put your butt to the fire and like, okay, now I got to make this work because I just put this money forward. And
yeah.
that was the key for me, is like,
Fuels your fire, right? That
yeah,
investment makes
you've got that fire behind you for
makes you
sure.
show up, right? That investment makes you show up. And this is the important part of investing, is that you, and how I invested. When I invested large amounts of money into coaching, I'm like, I had to show up and I had to do the work. I wasn't about to waste that money. So it forces you to do it. If you are trying to get free mentorship, watch videos and read books and stuff like that, you have no accountability,
Yeah.
right? You have
Accountability is everything. And
there's
you assign that accountability partner right at the beginning. Like Maritza and I
yeah,
have such a good relationship. And
yeah,
even when the powerhouse, we're not meeting anymore. I mean, our
yeah.
10 weeks are up, but we're still talking on the phone. We're still connecting. We're still working with each other and helping each other. And that's what I love. And
Yeah.
I also love that you support your clients.
Mhm.
You really like throw in with them, and it's not like, oh well, I'm a coach so I can't invest in your business or anything like that. Yeah, I didn't approach you when I first met you because I didn't know you, and I was still getting to learn how Melaleuca could actually help you. And so
Yeah.
that's what I like, is you were willing to listen when you didn't have to. You could have just been the coach and be like, okay, this is my job, this is what I'm doing, you can't have my community of people. But that's not you at all. You're so giving, and we get your circle with you, and
Mhm.
that's huge.
Yeah, I'm a hands-on coach, and I feel like there's plenty of business for all of us. So let's share the resources while we're.
It's that abundance mentality for sure.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, even with you, like, it wasn't just me that you supported in the powerhouse with
Mhm,
Sienna. Like,
mhm,
you really have just supported us, and that's what I think is awesome. Were
mhm.
you our best friend? Not always. Like, you told us when we needed to get our butts in gear, but that's
I
what we
tell you, I'm
needed.
not
We
your
needed
best
a
friend.
coach,
I'm not
not
gonna
a
be your
best
best
friend,
friend.
and that's what I love about you.
Mhm.
Although I consider us great friends now.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, during the program, I can't be their friend. I can't be your friend. I have to be your coach, because if I'm your friend, I'm gonna let you play it small. Sometimes our
Yeah,
friends let us
but you
play.
were also there when we needed you to be there and like come down a little bit. Like when one of us was having a bad day, you were there to be like, okay, it's
Yeah,
okay to feel your feelings. We're here for you. It's that, okay, now pick up and get back up kind of a
yeah,
like
yeah.
attitude.
I,
Like,
I try to
feel
have
your
a good
feelings, it's
balance,
great,
Mama
but
Bear and bad cop sometimes, Mama Bear, and I'm gonna hug you and have compassion, but I'm also gonna kick you in your butt
yeah.
when necessary. I try to have a good balance there, and definitely having Jacqueline on board now too, right? And that is our cheerleader, the pusher, the no excuse-itis queen.
I have loved that girl from the moment in fact, I met Jacqueline when I was doing Mary Kay, and I actually recruited her back in San Jose because she just had the posture and the poise and was gorgeous,
Energy.
and I needed her to
Yeah.
be one of my makeup models. Like,
Oh
so
wow.
we've had a history together that I love that girl, and she's the real deal. She is just so passionate and full, and just is amazing. And so
Yes.
are you.
Thank you. One of the best choices that I made is to bring Jacqueline as
Oh,
part of
yeah.
the team of a powerhouse team. So we're going to huge places. We're growing every month, and we have a brunch coming up. Everybody on July 8th at the Capitol Club in San Jose. That's where you get to know more about what I do and what Powerhouse does and what we provide and how we can support women. There's several ways to work with us. So coming to a brunch is the best way to find out. We are going to offer virtual opportunities if you are not in California to join the brunch. Just reach out to me and let me know. But if you want to join, to reach out. We're going to post the link in the comments. But Jeana, thank you for
Oh, you're
being
welcome.
here. Okay, thank you for being
This
here
is
with
so out
me.
of my comfort zone. Again,
I
here you
know this
go,
is
pulling
the
me out of my
first
comfort
live
zone. But
interview. Could you tell? You couldn't tell because she's a pro. She's a leader, and she's confident in what she does. So that's why I tell people, like, what now? You're gonna start doing live. You're like, it's not as bad as I thought, right? Did you die? And I always tell clients, don't do that scary thing, but did you die? No, you
nope.
didn't. You didn't die. You're still breathing. You're still here. You're good. You're gonna be okay. But anyway, thank you, and everybody who stayed on here and watched and joined us and participated. I appreciate you. Powerhouses and everybody associate Powerhouse, please share this out. Okay, please share this video right now on your page and tell people to watch Jeana, connect with Jeana, connect with Powerhouse in some way. We all got to support each other, and we all got to be here for each other. So Jeana, again, thank you. Everybody, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.